Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Khabib champ. Holy flying flipping flapjacks. Khabib Nurmagomedov just dominated Iaquinta at UFC 223 in the main event in a 5-round fight. Khabib not only dominated with his grappling in the first 2 rounds, but he chose to keep the fight standing for the next 3 rounds. He dominated Iaquinta standing, but I hope he doesn't use that same strategy if he's ever to fight Conor McGregor, because Conor McGregor is a lot different than Iaquinta on the feet. Conor McGregor, Iaquinta, much respect for stepping up, saving the event, taking the fight, New Yorker getting the opportunity. I'm sure he got paid handsomely for it, as he said in the past. If I'm going to fight that guy, I'm going to need a cool million or a couple million. So I'm sure Iaquinta got paid pretty nicely and stuff like that. But to be fair, Iaquinta was the number 10th ranked lightweight. So all things considered, Khabib Nurmagomedov just beat the number 10th ranked lightweight to become the champion. You know what I'm saying? People gave Tony Ferguson trash for beating the number 7th ranked Kevin Lee. You know, Tony Ferguson, everyone else was injured. He had no one else to fight for the title. Number 7, Kevin Lee stepped up and people said, yeah, but you didn't beat Conor and you beat the number 7. Now Khabib Nurmagomedov just beat the number 10 and he didn't beat Conor. So essentially, if you look at it that way, Tony Ferguson's title was more valid than Khabib's. The only difference is the name of the title. Tony Ferguson's was named the interim title and Khabib's is named the undisputed champion. But Tony Ferguson beat a higher ranked fighter to win his title. Not to mention, Tony Ferguson was the interim champion coming into this fight and was forced out due to a freak injury. But a lot of people thought Tony Ferguson probably shouldn't have been stripped. Dana White said at the press conference, Tony Ferguson's not being stripped of anything. So it's still unclear if after this fight, Tony Ferguson's going to still be the interim champion, or if the UFC is actually going to go ahead and make his interim belt disappear. And that's a possibility as well. So we got to stay updated on that. Now, in the fight, after the fight, Khabib got on the mic and he called out George St. Pierre and he said, Iaquinta's a real Brooklyn gangster. He took the fight. Conor McGregor's not a real gangster. He's attacking a bus. I'm in here fighting. You know what I'm saying? So he took shots at Conor McGregor and he said, I also want to fight GSP at Madison Square Garden. That's a huge fight. That would be a big fight. Like Russia versus Canada now, essentially, like fucking 2 of the greatest fighters, 2 of the greatest grapplers in mixed martial arts ever. Man, Khabib Nurmagomedov, as dominant as he is, I can't even do it. I can't say he's the best lightweight in the world right now. I mean, actually, I can say it, but I can't prove it. I can say I believe Khabib's the best in the world right now, but at the same time, I don't 100% know. I don't know how he would do against Tony Ferguson with the elbows and the jiu-jitsu. Iaquinta, to be fair, Khabib was supposed to dominate Iaquinta. Khabib dominated Edson Barboza, who was like ranked 3 or 4 at the time. A way higher ranked guy than Iaquinta at the time. Essentially a better striker, kicks and punches. And Khabib was outstriking Edson at times. So he's supposed to probably outstrike Iaquinta and outgrapple Iaquinta. So he came in here and did what he was supposed to do. But if a number 1 guy beats a number 10 guy, you usually don't become a champion. If Darren Till beats Stephen Thompson, or if actually it's the other way around. That's like Stephen Thompson beating Darren Till and becoming a champion, kinda. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an up-and-comer trying to become a champion, not even in the top 5. And, so this is a really weird situation. Khabib Nurmagomedov could be the best lightweight in the world right now, but we haven't got to see him fight Tony Ferguson. Also, Joe Rogan was pointing out, like, yo, if Khabib, I don't know why he's deciding to stand with Iaquinta, even though I felt like Iaquinta or Khabib Nurmagomedov was dominating Iaquinta. It might have just even been with his jab, but he was making him eat that jab for a while. But he was leaving his chin out a little bit, looking a little susceptible to a knockout, and we know who knocks people out. Conor McGregor. That's another huge. If these guys fight, is Khabib going to try and prove something? If Khabib decides to grapple with Conor McGregor, he's probably going to, just power bomb him. I don't know what he's going to do. He can out-grapple Conor McGregor for sure. But if he decides to prove something like he did with Edson, or like he did tonight with Iaquinta, and decides to strike with Conor, he could get clipped up for sure by Conor McGregor. So, now, who's the best lightweight in the world? Is it Conor McGregor, who hasn't fought in MMA in over 500 days or over 420 days? Shout out to my boy Lemon Hopo Genetics. Or is it Tony Ferguson, the interim champion, who's on a 10-fight winning streak, also cleared out the division, but got injured, but he hasn't fought Khabib or Conor McGregor, so you can't really say Tony Ferguson. There's no telling who is the best lightweight in the world right now. It's out of Tony Ferguson, Khabib, and Conor McGregor. But there's no telling. I don't know. So I'm going to need you guys to tell me in the comments who's the best lightweight in the world. I'm honestly confused. Let the full-time family know the best lightweight in the world and what you thought about the fight, Khabib versus Iaquinta. And what do you think about Khabib versus GSP in the comments? Let the full-time... God damn, I'm out. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.